Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us on our 5th Victory Day anniversary on May 9th, 2023. For those who are unfamiliar with this national holiday, we celebrate the victory against the Dracul Rebels, specifically against Al Fair and Jay Ewert. The Dracul Rebel conflict was an incident which took place between April 15th and May 9th of 2018 between the military and a separatist group known as the Draculian Confederacy. Al Fair was the first director of intelligence for the nation, who held atheist views, particularly extreme views, against religious individuals. Al Fair made the decision on April 14th to begin surveillance and persecution of religious peoples in the Commonwealth. Whether his targeting was serious or an act for effect is still unknown to this day. However, regardless of its validity, it was a stance that the Commonwealth would not stand for. His actions were seen as dangerous to national security, and he was quickly terminated from his intelligence position. After his termination, he teamed up with Ewert, a sergeant of the Commonwealth Army, to begin a rebellion against the national government. The first attack by the rebels was launched on April 15th, which mainly consisted of battle maps and troop movement sent back and forth between the Commonwealth and rebel forces. This attack method eventually led into the last weeks of the attacks, consisting of gift wars. However, this made troop movement and positioning difficult to determine. In the last weeks of the attacks and into the first week of May, the federal government mobilized and cut off resources and communications between the rebel groups. The surrender from the rebels took place in the early morning hours of May 9, 2018, signaling a victory for the people. Matters such as these should be taken seriously, especially when the validity of such threats cannot be determined. We as nations must stand up for moral principles, our sovereignty, and our right to pursue happiness. We have seen events such as these play out throughout the course of history, and we cannot allow them to take place in our world of micronationalism. I'd also like to take this opportunity to acknowledge today as the Victory Day over Nazi Germany, which is observed by nations such as Russia. And while Russia might not have the best reputation in the world today, it's the Soviets who fought valiantly for their Victory Day as well. While today's event may have been physically canceled due to inclement weather, I'd like all Draculians to come together and celebrate the victory and historic moment. I'd also like to thank those who serve in our military, especially our leaders, for helping maintain peace and sovereignty for the Commonwealth. At this time, I'd like to acknowledge those who assisted us in the victory of 2018. Some of these individuals are still with us today, and some are no longer with us. These individuals assisted in various ways, such as intelligence, military operations, district attorney, judge and prosecution, and various other ways. Dennis Garza, Paul Fry, Sarah Estrada, Mark Milner, Eric Harvey Williams Jr., Dan Kaltz, and former President Dimitri Howie. Thank you all for your prior service and dedication to the Commonwealth, your efforts, and for being a part of Dracul, especially in a time of need. I thank all of those who joined us this evening to celebrate our victory. We always come together every year to observe this holiday, most of the time in person, with a military color guard, band, music, and such. As stated previously, that was not possible today due to the inclement weather. However, the speech was certainly necessary to observe today's holiday and celebrate, basically allowing us to still be here today because of this victory. And for those of you who are new in Dracul, we'd like to thank you. We encourage you, if you haven't already, to read up on our history. Hopefully an incident like this will never occur again, and that peace will reign and continue throughout our beloved Commonwealth. Thank you. God bless Dracul, the micronational community, and everyone watching who is with us today. Take care and have a great night.